Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Cyber PMM podcast. This is Dane DeCimino, and I am going to recap the blog post that I recently published called When Will AI Agents Replace Cyber PMMs? The genesis of this post was me getting hold of Jensen Huang's recent keynote at CES just a few weeks ago, where he went into detail about where NVIDIA is at. And as only Jensen Huang can do, he inspired me because he started talking about agentic AI. And agentic AI, in a nutshell, is seen here on this graph where we're in this phase of generative AI, and it even calls out digital marketing and content creation, which you can put product marketing in there as well. But then we're entering this phase of agentic AI, which is actually coding assistance and things like customer service or patient care, meaning that agents that are specific to certain professions are being created all over the place. And the tools to do so are becoming more and more powerful and usable. So we're entering this phase of agentic AI. And one of his quotes that he used in the video was that the IT department is going to be the HR department of AI agents in the future. So this helped me to visualize and understand his point. And when NVIDIA talks as, now the most valuable technology company on earth, depending on the week, I think Apple and NVIDIA take turns. But you should listen. I feel like it's a company you want to listen to. And a few other quotes from Jensen during the keynote that I picked up. There are 30 million software engineers around the world. Everybody's going to have a software assistant helping them code. If not, you'll be way less productive. There are a billion knowledge workers around the world. AI agents is a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. AI agents are the new digital workforce. The age of agentic AI is here for every organization. So, it's really starting the conversation. Actually, the conversation started a while ago because after I saw this, I felt behind the curve. I hadn't really seen this term or really gotten up to speed yet. But as I went into YouTube, and I think you should do the same, go to YouTube, type in building an AI agent, and you'll see all these videos have been out for the past year. So a lot of people have been up to speed on this, and I'm probably not shedding any news onto this subject for some of you. But for many of us, we're not really taking it too seriously, I feel. The people that I work with, that I see around the industry, that I know in the industry, we're not really building AI agents right now. We're really preparing for what's ahead. And as I look at what's coming here, I'm starting to take it more seriously because I really tested it out this time. I was like, well, is this just hype? Is this just NVIDIA trying to increase their stock price because they have to keep showing the next new thing? And every time they present, it seems like they launch a new chip or a new, Blackwell. And, is this all part of them just trying to keep the momentum for their investors? But I watched some of the videos and I realized that there are people building AI agents, and that it is actually possible now to build software using tools like Cursor, which I see here called the AI code editor. Cursor. Go to cursor.com, download to your Mac, if you're a Mac user, and just check it out and watch, search for videos on YouTube on Cursor. But as somebody that's never built software, I've never developed software, I could go in and I could legitimately create an AI agent by using Cursor. It takes natural language processing. It integrates with the OpenAI API. So you can build software that integrates with an LLM, and you can provide that as software to your user base. And so that's where all these companies are at. That's why you see, Gemini being baked into Google's software. You see Microsoft and OpenAI partnership. You see Salesforce doubling down on their AI agent capabilities. This isn't just those three companies. Every company that's serious in the market, SAP, Siemens, there were all kinds of examples in the keynote, are building these AI agents to boost productivity, to automate routine tasks. And it's going to disrupt a lot of professions. It's becoming clear to me as I watch this. Of course, this is cyber PMM. So I thought about it from a product marketer lens. And yes, I'm fully convinced that AI agents will automate my job. Will I still be needed? As I go through the post, this isn't really new in the sense that last year I started dabbling with ChatGPT-S, which was a release by OpenAI, if you remember, where anybody can create their own GPT. And so I said, hey, why not create a cyber PMM GPT? And I created one. And, to be quite honest, it wasn't a revelation. It was cool to see that it was possible to specify or customize a GPT towards particular, professions. And it's like, well, you can have a product marketing GPT, you can have a finance GPT. And that's where I started thinking, well, the term agentic hadn't come up yet, but that's kind of been the case. We've been going down this road for a while, and as you look at what Tesla is up to with robots, and you can see a future. And this is why I think that graph, if you go back up in this post, this graph ends with physical AI, self-driving cars, robotics, right? Because you look at the developments happening in robotics, and that's where the rubber's really going to meet the road. When you combine agents with robots, you then have walking, talking agents, actual robots that are command-based, that you can have a natural language conversation with, and they can execute and automate things in your home or in a factory or wherever. So we are headed in that direction. NVIDIA knows it. Most of the major tech companies know it. Do product marketers know it? I don't think so. I think that we really need to get up to speed and fully leverage this capability, because as I said, the software is now there where anybody can code, because you don't need to have Python knowledge, because all you say now, you write in cursor. And actually I have the, there it is. I have the website up, implement the cleanup function for you just give it a command, and this is all the code that spits out, right? If you saw the one example where he imported input a PDF and output was a podcast, for example, right? So why can't product marketers, this is where I started thinking about the implications. It's like, why can't product marketers input a messaging brief and output a content waterfall across all the different assets that we would need to be successful, right? And if you have one operator, you think about a typical team of product marketers in a larger cybersecurity vendor. Say you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 product marketers, big investment for a company. Imagine that if you had one operator of AI agents executing tasks for the entire product portfolio, and it's actually taking less time to do that than you would with 8 humans, right? So we are headed toward this future where less of us will be needed. I can promise you that, because this improvement in technology and this agentic AI will give us the capability to automate and expedite the processes that we're involved in much faster. Now, why won't this happen overnight? Why won't it replace me? And why do I still have a job? Well, there's a few things. There's a few barriers I see to implementation right now. First, there still needs to be a human in the loop, right? There's hallucinations involved. Nobody fully trusts it yet. There's still things being worked out, and privacy concerns and security concerns. So it's not fully adopted within enterprises yet. But as an assistant or as something that's embedded within Microsoft, Google, Salesforce, it will be used and adopted by product marketers. So I think that the risk will continue to diminish, and we will see a day in 5 years, it'll be common talk, right? You'll say, yeah, no, I had my agent just did that, no problem. I have it automated. It's set on, once I get that request, it automatically fires back we'll be talking in those terms. I'm pretty certain that will happen. But for the first reason there, I talked about we need a human in the loop. The second one is, again, the barrier of corporate network security issues with LLMs. the fact that adding new software into product marketing teams is a challenge. It's not done. It's never quick. So this won't happen with a startup, for example. Like say somebody invents agent, AI agent for PMMs, whatever. That's not something that you'll see widespread adoption of just for these two reasons alone. I feel like if we first nail down the existing enterprise apps, the big ones, the productivity apps of Microsoft and Google are the big two, because I feel like every cybersecurity vendor is going to use one of those two to pump out, deliverables and collaborate and work. So once capabilities are embedded, I think Microsoft actually I checked my phone right before this recording and I saw that they deployed, what's it called? They have a chat bot that they just deployed that's AI based. Gemini they're talking about now including Gemini for free for Google users, but it is paid, I think, $20 a month or something like that now. So there's a big war going on, and it's like the quickest to market and the quickest to adoption is going to, between those two, is going to reap the most benefits, because that's where users are going. That's what we want. People like me, we want to be more productive and we want to use these tools, so anyway, that's my prediction. I think that this isn't entirely new. As I mentioned earlier, we all had a sense that something big was going to change. I think agentic AI is where we're going to see that actually happen. That change is going to actually happen. It won't be overnight, but I really, I'm inspired by what Jensen presented. I think their software ambitions are really remarkable. They have tons of cash. They're working on usability. If your machine that you buy has NVIDIA GPUs, you're likely going to have also access to the NVIDIA software that he presented, where you can start to play with these agents and develop them. But if you don't, you can still, again, go to Cursor, you can use Xcode, and you can build an app for your iPhone that's an agent today. I mean, anybody can do it, because again, you don't have to have that intense coding experience. You don't have to have any coding experience. You just tell it, do this in Python, and it does it. So near term, I think we'll see this in the form of a Google Doc. You open it, you click, generate, you click edit, you prompt the AI agent or Gemini, the LLMs that are going to be provided by Google and Microsoft in the near term, and Salesforce. And I just don't see if, I see it realistic that you see this screenshot where it's upload messaging brief and generate content waterfall. I don't see why that is far-fetched. So will it replace PMMs? Yes and no. Yes, adoption will continue to increase through the existing apps that we use, making us more productive, but also, scaling down the amount of PMMs that are needed, frankly, right? So I think that it will start to slow down the number of PMMs that we see, because PMMs that leverage these tools will be able to do the work of 3, 4, 5 PMMs through leveraging AI. But we'll still need humans in the loop in the near term. I don't think the profession is wiped out overnight. I think in 5 years, it will be, a common conversation among PMMs to talk about the agents that we work with on a daily basis. But yeah, it's just an area that's ripe for innovation. I think PMMs that embrace AI agents are going to lead the way forward. So chime in, let me know what you think. Write a comment on YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever you got this content. Be sure to subscribe, and I look forward to the next episode.